Alright, everybody. Welcome to the third installment of Night School. Me, Fresh SMP, also known as Steven. And today we're going to be doing the third part of the Night School look at Civilization 6. So let's go ahead and get it pulled up here. Welcome to Games After Work. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon/evening. Let's go ahead and get moving. Alright, so last time we left off, I forget exactly what we were doing. It was a couple days ago. So I need to get back on track here. I know that we were the United States. Good old America. Alright, so let's save it as Civ tutorial. Let's go ahead and open her up.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. And so it is upon your broad shoulders, Theodore Roosevelt, to charge forth and lead your people on their great adventure. Use your military might to give the peoples of your homeland the square deal they so desperately deserve. Surely, you will raise America into the limelight and attract visitors from across the oceans just to see your lands. Bully for you, Mr. President.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get our game continued here. Alright, so we've got Washington up here. We've got a mountain range. That's right, yeah. So it looks like we're on some kind of peninsula or long, skinny continent here. We've got England down to the bottom. Seeing our stream's not doing too well. So I'll check into that in a minute. Alright. So, let's see. Researching writing, we've got foreign trade in 2 turns. Last time we left off, right, we were moving our warrior up, trying to get them to this barbarian encampment here. Let me do something real quick. Alright. Let's pull back over. Alright, and then we've got our scout over to the right. We got another scout up north that's rehealing. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Let's move forward. I did notice as I was playing the other day that I said something that was false in the last video. Barbarian units can actually rest and heal themselves. In the last game, I don't think they were able to do that, but in this game, they're able to. Get you going here. Alright, so we're done the next turn. We've got, remember this barbarian camp that we ran away from last time with this scout. Our scout is now fully healed, so let's keep moving up north, but let's try to keep a little bit of distance between us and that barbarian encampment. So it looks like we found a village, yeah, but there is a barbarian unit on the village. So let's move a little bit closer. Game info and description are wrong. Really, I've got it set to night school. I don't know why it hasn't updated yet. I don't know. Hopefully it'll update soon. Alright, so I'm going to move northwest here. It's going to put him in a little bit of danger, but that doesn't really matter right now. There's no other barbarians there, and he can move fast enough to get out of danger, so I think it should be alright. With this guy, let's go ahead. So we've got two routes here. We can either go down more to the southeast and discover what's on the right side of this mountain range, but I'd actually like to explore more about what's closer to our main city here. So when we get our, well, when we start expanding, we can see, have a better idea of what's going on out here. So I'm going to move him northeast. I'll move him up to this one here. So again, we're just trying to bring this this warrior up to the north and northwest to try to take care of this barbarian encampment, because we've got our settler up here that's being built in Washington, and we want to probably put that settler new city down here somewhere. And if we don't take care of that barbarian encampment, we're going to have problems there. All right, so next turn. Oh no. Okay. So the barbarian went after our scout up here.
Nation lives by exchanging.
Alright, so we got foreign trade. That's good. I always hit change policies again to go in and look at my policies to make sure I don't want to update them. Because remember, when you get new policies, you get free updates. You can update them whenever you want to. Alright, so the little exclamation points mean that these are new policies that we just got. Since we're still working on our Pantheon, I still want to keep God King in here. We don't have any trade routes, so caravansaries wouldn't help us too much at this point either. And then discipline's going to help us fighting barbarians. We don't really have any maritime industry, so I'm going to keep these policies the way that they are. Alright, so that barbarian attacked us and didn't do too much damage to us, but he took a bunch of damage. We can actually see when we hover over him that if we attack him, we'll have a major victory, and there's a small chance that we might defeat him outright. So let's go ahead and try to clean him out. I know it's really hard for me to watch other people play Civ and not play Civ, because I don't know, I get super into it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack to the northwest. Yeah, we cleaned him out. Cool. So we got that village. All right, so they shared. Looks like craftsmanship with us, so that's good. Let's continue to look around. I don't know, I can either go north or southeast. Let's go north. I'm going to move up here. Oh, okay, so that sound says we found a barbarian encampment over here. They all around us. Alright, so let's pull our warrior up over here. Again, we got a plan for these guys. Let's get that battle moving. So we need to choose a new civic since we completed our last one. Let's see here. Mysticism is going to help us with Oracle and great people. Mysticism is actually really good because it gives you, you can use the revelation policy to help boost your great prophet points. And you need a great prophet to found a full-fledged religion, not just a pantheon. And so having a full-fledged religion is really going to help you in the game, because there's multiple benefits to having your own religion and not just participating in other people's religions. Early Empire is also a really good civic to have, because you can do land surveyors, which reduces the cost of purchasing tiles. And then also colonization, which is plus 50% production towards settlers. But you can also have open border treaties with other civilizations. But craftsmanship is the next basic civic that we need moving forward. Trump's Washington. I actually don't. I don't think I have the technology to build a wall yet. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into craftsmanship. We haven't founded a pantheon yet, so I don't really need to worry about building towards a great prophet just yet. All right, everything else is done. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. So our next turn, we're going to get this settler. We're actually just going to have to hold on to that guy and keep him up here because I don't want him to die down here in these barbarians. They're really easy to lose. Alright, so we've got this guy up here. There's really, you can tell here, this is kind of the coastline, so we're not going to be able to explore much else up here. And these, again, are glaciers. You can't traverse these. And this guy needs to rebuild some health, and I actually kind of want to keep an eye on what's going on with these barbarians up here. So I'm going to fortify until healed with that guy. I want to keep this guy alive, and since I've got that scout up here, I'm going to bring that scout down eventually over here. So I'm going to let this guy go to the southeast down here. So I'm going to bring him down, try to keep him, well, yeah, about right there. Remember, as we said in the last one, when a unit ends up on a hill, especially a scout unit, they can see further, especially if there's no hills nearby or forests. So this is what the map looks like when you are in control of a settler unit. It's really user-friendly. It shows you the red areas are places that you can't build. Usually the red means that it's too close to another city. But like here, you can't build on top of the mountain ranges and things like that, so that's why those are red. The grays are really not very useful. They don't have any water. The light greens have some water, right? So these are near coastal water, but it's not fresh water. And the dark greens mean that they have access to fresh water, which is the ideal place to build a town, right? Because you need to be able to drink water. So we're eventually going to bring this guy down. Trying to wonder if it's safe enough to go ahead and do it. I think it probably should be. It's a little risky though, right at this point. And these icons here show the recommended settlement locations. I follow them sometimes. I don't follow them all the time. I tend to find that sometimes they're a little off. Like this one down here, I don't know about that being a good recommended spot. The closer I get to London down here, the more I'm going to make the UK mad, and I really don't want to do that right at this point. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and start this guy's trek down here. I don't see any bad guys in the meantime. Alright, so if I attack this spearman group, I'm going to have a minor victory. And that's mainly to do with, if you look over on my warrior, I get with the red sword, it says the +5 advantage versus barbarians. That's due to my civic, right? If I open, so where's mine? Government type. There we go. If I open my government, I can show you again. I've got that military policy here. And it's +5 unit combat strength and fighting barbarians. So that's really helpful, especially in this situation. That's what's giving me that minor advantage, or minor victory advantage. So even though the spearman is a superior unit, I have a minor victory advantage there. So I'm going to go ahead and attack them. It's going to be really close as far as the battle goes. But I can always sleep those bad boys. Alright, so took almost identical damage there. Since we built our settler up here, I've got an open production chain that I need to build something with. I think we've only got one warrior at this point. I'm going to need another warrior, so I'm going to go ahead and see. That's my advisor is recommending that I build a warrior too, so I'm going to go ahead and build that warrior. That's only going to take 6 turns. Alright, everybody else is good to go. Let's keep them moving. And so you can see down here now the UK has sent a scout. It's kind of scary sometimes because their red is like a slightly maroon color as opposed to the dark red of the blood red of the barbarians. And so it's a little scary. Alright. The question is whether I should keep moving my settler down. I think I've got a pretty clear shot. I'm going to end up putting him right here. Is where I want my settler to go. I like that nice little sweet spot between those two rivers. We've got some good fishing resources here. Crabs. I think that should be enough for us. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move them down. Alright, so we can start our next attack. So this is a part of strategy that's kind of tricky. You have to make sure that you know exactly how much health your guy has as opposed to theirs, and then you're also gambling that in a certain number of turns, I don't know exactly what it is, barbarian encampments produce other units. Sometimes they're scouts, sometimes they're warriors, sometimes they're spearmen. And so I'm kind of hedging my bet on that one's not going to get produced next turn if I attack this turn. Or what I can do is I can rest my warrior right now, try to rebuild that health, because this barbarian I don't think is going to be able to rebuild their health. So let me fortify until healed there. Bring this guy southeast. Good view there, and then this guy's up here healing. All right, next turn.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning.
All right.
Creating districts in our cities can be much more powerful and lucrative than simple improvements like farms and mines.
All right, so since we got writing,
all you have to do is cross out the wrong words.
Since we got the technology of writing now, we can actually build our first district, which is this here. That's called campus. So we can build a university campus district in our city, but that's for later on. We don't need to really worry about that right now. They're telling me to move my settler. That's cool. Go ahead and move him across that river on the mountain there. Keep this guy moving southeast. Run him east. Oh, okay.
Neighbors have made a request of us.
All right, so we've run into a city-state now. Okay, so this is the first time that we've run into a city-state on this playthrough. So this is Yerevan. Let's see here. We were not the first people to run into them, because if you are the first people to run into them, you get an automatic envoy. And that's really helpful early game, because you can see here you get benefits for how many envoys you have with this city-state. So if I would have met them first and I would have gotten that first envoy, then I would have +2 faith points in my capital every turn. And so we come up here and we can see this is faith. I've got 8 faith points built up right now, and I'm only earning 1 faith point per turn. And that's because of that civic that I have, right? The God King civic. So that +2 per turn would have made it +3 per turn, and that would have been really helpful. But unfortunately, we weren't the first one to meet them. They're currently influenced by one other civilization, and I have not met that civilization yet. So there's another civilization out there. All right, so we'll just move back. Another thing that you can see if you look here, you can click on quests. It says there's one quest. If I click on it, it says that if I send a trade route to the city-state, right, if I build a trade caravan and send it here and start a trade route between them and Washington, I will be rewarded with 1 envoy here. So that's one way that I could eventually get that +2 faith in the capital. I don't have any trade caravans yet, so we will put that on the back burner. And that's just telling me that the new city-state quest, and then I found a new city-state. I need to research. Let's see. With masonry, I can build that wall that Scott's saying that we should build. It's an ancient wall. It's an old-timey wall. It is only 8 turns. It looks like that's probably the most basic one we have left. So let's go ahead and get masonry moving. Alrighty here. Next turn.
You tread on dangerous waters in the face of England and her loyal colonies.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm so scared. I'm sorry, Victoria. She does not seem pleased. It's kind of veiled exactly what she's not pleased about. But apparently I have treaded on dangerous waters. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I guess it's made her mad somehow. Alright, so let's keep it moving. It's going to make it even more mad when I settle this city nearby, because that's one of the things that really makes civs mad, especially early on, is when you settle new cities near them, because then that cuts off an area for them to be able to settle. Alright, so I'm going to move my settler down here. We're going to keep this trek going southeast. I wonder if that's a closed off body of water. Alright, so this guy up here is still healing. Got 3 turns left on our warrior being produced. We've healed quite a bit here. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with this guy. Yeah, because I think we've healed up enough that even if another barbarian spawns, we should be able to fend him off. I'm getting 6 points per turn. Should be hitting a promotion here soon with that warrior, which will be very helpful, because then he'll be even more powerful in the ability to fight against that barbarian. Alright, next turn. Alright, so we're back here. If I look at it, it's a decisive victory this time around, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to kill this barbarian encampment, since luckily it didn't spawn anything that time. I can just put it into it. I'm going all in with it, so take care of that guy. Bam, you're gone. Alright, so with that first kill, we also got to boost our military tradition civic. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we earned some money. So now we're up to about 247 gold pieces up here. We are in a solid location. You know what? I think they may be right. I think I'm going to move my settler right here, just so that he's closer to this crab's resource. Because that's going to be probably my only really good resource I'm going to get from this city. The rest are, it's going to be a heavy production city, which is fine. But it's not going to have many valuable resources, so that's going to be what I want to get. I mean, I'll still be able to get it here, but I think I agree with him. I like this positioning a little better. Alright, let's keep this moving southeast. Let's try to flesh out this body of water here and see what else there. Alrighty then. Alright, this guy's almost completely done up here. Sorry, I know my chair is loud. So don't you? Alright. Yay, we got a promotion for killing that warrior encampment. So we'll go ahead and promote the unit. This one, you can either do Battle Cry, which is going to give you +7 combat strength versus melee and ranged units, which is really powerful, or really helpful. Or you can do Tortoise, which is +10 combat strength when defending against ranged attacks. So they can get really good at defending against ranged attacks, or you can make them better offensive units. So I'm going to go with the offensive. It's always better early on. And remember, when you take promotions, it heals 50 points of your unit. So our health went back up, but it also consumes the turn. So we're going to click on unit needs turn, or needs orders, and that's going to take us back to our settler. Bam, we're going to get done with that. Let's found that city, boy. Alright, so we got a new city founded. We got a boost to our sailing technology because we now have a city on the coast. So because of that, well, cool, it was named Charleston. I like it. Charleston's a good city. We need to choose our production for that city. We're going to get a warrior building up there. Man, I wish I knew how powerful England was. I don't think there's any way to tell. Yeah. She's unfriendly. Remember, the UK or England has an agenda of the sun never sets, right? So that's another thing in this game, is that AI have agendas that are based off of the civilization, and so England's agenda is the sun never sets, and they want to colonize as much as they can. They want to expand to all continents. Doesn't like civilizations on continents where England has no city. And to make things a little more random, they also have a hidden agenda. So I have to get an access level open to them to see their hidden agendas. But being unfriendly, that's not going to help. I am going to try to send a delegation. So it costs 25 gold, but it's like a gesture of goodwill, right? So we're going to try to send it. Oh, she doesn't approve. She doesn't want any of that shenanigans. So they turned us down. All right. Oh well, just be mad. Since I don't really know, these are just my reports. I can't see. Yeah, I don't really have any intel on her. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build another warrior. Because without the ability to defend ourselves, this will be a short playthrough. Alright. So also a unit needs orders. Alright, we're going to keep trekking around here. Some more of that body of water. Man, this is not done yet. Ah, they're healed enough. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move this guy southeast. Let's get to looking. Let's get to looking. Alright, next turn. Oh, see, I told you. They get mad when you settle close by. So, yeah, it's tough to see that that we're not wanted around these parts. Victoria's kind of mean though, man. It's just, in the few playthroughs I've done of this game, she's not one to be messed with. So what I'm gonna do off gates in the last game, what would happen is if you said that you wouldn't settle there and then you did, it was the same as saying my people were gonna settle there wherever they want to. In an effort to not make her mad in the beginning, and there's not really any other good open settling spots nearby her anyway right now, I'm going to go ahead and say apologies. We'll look elsewhere in the future. So hopefully that'll appease her a little bit. She won't get quite as mad. But you can still see up here that we have an unfriendly relationship with Queen Victoria. Alright, we got a little tribal music again. We found a village over here. Alright, choose production. Alright, so we built our next warrior here. Let's see. 0 amenities, which is going to start to become a problem with people's happiness in the city. But it's fine as of right now. We've got 4 out of 6 housing capacity. With 4 population units here, I don't have any of these tiles developed yet, and that's going to be a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and build a builder that's going to be able to help to develop some of these tiles so I can get more production out of them and get some of these stone and coffee over here. We're going to wait until we have irrigation for the coffee, though. Alright, this barbarian unit is now healed and ready to go. Alright, if we remember, we still have 2 barbarian encampments that are pushing out barbarians. We got this one up here in the north, and we got this one to the east. I'm going to go ahead and send this guy, since he's promoted, I'm going to start walking him up north. Now, we also have to keep an eye on what England does. If we start seeing like 1 or 2 barbarian or 1 or 2 military units from her down here, that's going to be a telltale sign that she is not happy with us to the point that she might declare war. Which means at that point we're going to have to start moving our warriors back down there. We've got this warrior too. We'll go ahead and start walking him out to the east. Try to shut down this barbarian encampment. Get that movement. Since I don't want to move back, I'll go ahead and skip that turn. Looks like we're all done. Her. Man, that might close off, huh? Ah. Ah. Tomiris from the Scythian Empire. Tomiris does not look like she plays around at all whatsoever. Someone say, it's an honor to meet you, beautiful warrior person. Exchanging information on our capitals is a great idea. It should help promote trade. This way we'll also be able to see her capital and my and she'll be able to see mine, and it'll help with our understandings of each other. See, I can see it down here on the map. This is a new thing that I haven't seen before, so I can scroll over, and this is her capital. This is the Scythian capital. Alright. Keep this guy moving over here. So I want to see what's behind this. So I'm actually going to move him southwest and then up on this hill. Get a better view, uncover that map. Alright, keep this guy trekking out east. Keep this guy trekking north. Got this bad boy running around down here. And a new civilization, I know. Alright. Oh god. Ah. Holy Roman Empire. Der Deutschland. Again, another mighty empire. So we ended up with 3 pretty aggressive and war-driven empires near us. So that's always fun in the beginning. So it's an honor to meet you, sir. We would love to sample your hospitality. We can see here, this is where the German capital is there.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship, and gives us many useful objects, such as wickerwork picnic baskets.
Alright, so we got craftsmanship. Just take a look at them. 50% production toward ancient and classic melee and ranged units. That could be useful later. We're not really, I mean, we are building that one warrior. I think I'd rather keep the combat strength versus the barbarians, especially since we're going to attack those 2 barbarian encampments. The other thing we got here was the 30% production toward builders. It could be helpful, but remember our main goal right now is to build up faith so we can try to get our Pantheon built. So we're going to continue with those. Choose a new civic. With what we have here, I'm going to go with mysticism, because as soon as we get this Pantheon built, I want to try to start building up as much faith as we can to get us a religion and build up some great profit points. Unit needs orders. Moving them out east. We're getting close to our objective out there now. This is our... Oh man, we never took that village, did we? God, see? You guys, you gotta remind me. I'm gonna forget. Alright. It's all your fault. This guy's gonna continue to move north towards this barbarian encampment. Keep trying to flesh out what's going on down here. We don't want to move back, so we'll skip the remaining of that turn. Next turn, please. Alright. So England's just continuously checking us out up here. See what's going on. Let's go take this village. Alright, so we got boosted progress towards state workforce. Thanks, buddy. Alright, we'll skip this turn because I want to try. My goal is to get across this river right here. So we can get a good view of what's going on over here and then start going down this side of the river. So I'm going to skip the remainder of that turn. Just give us a look around here. Looks like this is a closed off body of water. We have an inland sea. Alright, let's move our warrior down here so we can see these barbarians. This warrior, we're going to keep moving north here. So this is going to be the same kind of situation we had over there, but no, no. Oh man, this isn't our, yeah. It's not our promoted warrior, but we'll have to do the same kind of tactic we did over here with the first one. You saw how it worked. We'll do that again over here. But this one with our upgraded warrior should be easier. So we'll go ahead and skip this turn. Scouts are really no consequence. It doesn't matter if they have them military-wise. I mean, this is kind of bothersome. I don't...
We have obtained greater knowledge in the art of building static fortifications.
When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry.
Alright, so we develop masonry. But like I was saying, this is a little more worrisome with England keeping the scout over here. She's just watching what we're doing. I don't like that very much. But we'll see. We should be able to see if she starts stacking units or anything on the border down here. Alright, so we're going to cross this river. Alright, we're going to do the same thing over here that we did over on the other side. We're going to get a major victory out of this one. So let's go ahead and start that. What's that noise? Alright, move him across the river. Stupid barbarians. Alright. Move him west. There's a chance this barbarian's going to attack us, but that's alright. If he does, then we'll just hunker in, fortify until we're healed. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Give that command, because I'm pretty sure he's going to attack us. Since we built masonry, we can do sailing, which is really cheap, but we need irrigation to be able to tap into the coffee. Pretty sure. Let's do irrigation. Alright, next turn. Oh, see, they attacked us. I thought they would. Alright, so we'll keep this guy moving down here. Take him around the coastline. Again, we'll be doing a major victory here, so that looks good. And we're going to continue this trek up north. Now, let's see how bad off this guy is. I think he should be alright as long as we fortify and heal. Because that means if a unit's fortified, if someone attacks them, it'll take less damage. So that'll be helpful. And then also they'll be healing every turn, so that'll be beneficial too. Hopefully that'll work out for us. We'll see. This is going to be the last turn I do for this episode of Night School. We've actually done quite a bit this this episode. We've met 2 other people. We've met a city-state. They're going to continue to hurt us. But didn't take very much damage. And we got a promotion down there too, which is great. Alright, so we're going to keep moving. Found a village up there. So move up here. And I'll actually move there. But I have to remember to go get the village. I'm going to forget. Alright, with this guy, let's go ahead and finish off this barbarian encampment. Bam, bam. Dead barbarians. Alright, so we got a boost of bronze working there as well. Alright, let's move this guy up here. Remember, we're going to keep going after that encampment. This guy got promoted. down here. So we're gonna tell him, I'm gonna do ranger with him so he moves quicker through woods and rainforest terrain. And then remember that also gives us plus 50 health, so that's gonna be really helpful for him. I think since he's already fortified, he's probably still gonna heal this turn too. I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm actually gonna leave this tribal village up, reminder up here so that I remember that that village is up there. Alright, next turn. This is going to be the last turn. Because I want to try to remember to get that village. And I feel like if I leave this episode without getting that village, or without at least heading in that direction, I will forget. Alright, so someone else got it. Alright, we need more amenities. Washington needs more amenities. To keep it productive, if this gets worse, people may rebel against us, right? So what that means is the population's gotten big enough now that they need some kind of fun. So that's at 5. So they need some kind of fun. It looks like Washington needs more housing as well. So if we go to it, we can see we're right at 5 out of 6 housing. So we're getting really close to our housing capacity, and our amenities are at -1. So that's not good. So unless we start paying attention to Washington's needs, we're gonna have an unhappy populace on our hands. Alright, but our warrior unit over here got promoted for killing that barbarian encampment, so let's go ahead and give them battle cry again, right? +7 combat strength. That's going to give them +50 health. Move this up towards that village so that we can get the village. And one more unit that needs orders. It's this guy. I'm going to move them up there. I want to clear out some of this fog of war. Then that'll give me one more space down. Yeah, so we got an inland sea there for sure. I'm going to move this guy across the river because when I fight this barbarian, I don't want to fight him across a river that actually puts me at a disadvantage. So if I move him across the river now, I won't have that disadvantage when I'm fighting him across the river like I would be there. Alright, so we've got everything set up there. That will be it for today. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching the Games After Work Night School, Episode 3 on Civilization 6. And I will see you guys later. Take it easy.